Hi guys, my name is Gilbert and welcome back to this HTML series. Don't forget you still have 1 week to get the discount coupon code down in the description. In this video we are going to explain the commands and the two most important tags in HTML. So let's go. So in the last video we have written the heading and paragraph tag. But what if you want to explain each block or part in your HTML code? For example, saying that this part is a heading and this one is a paragraph. If you are familiar in any programming language, then you guessed it, it's a comment. So a comment is something that the compiler doesn't see and doesn't read. It differs how you can write it from one language to another language. So in HTML, to write a comment, you write it like this, where the content is basically anything you wish to write in it. So the comments are used to add a line or paragraph to the programmer to let him know where he is or what he is doing in this particular part. So for example, here we are going to add a command like heading of level 1, and we will run the page. As you can see, the compiler didn't read it and passed this line, or in other words, the line 10. All we did is explain what we just did in the code. So now you can add a command for the heading of level 2 and another one for the paragraph. And if I run again, you can see that we get the same result and the compiler didn't read the commands. But as a programmer, it makes now a lot more sense to understand the code that is actually written, because we have explained each part, what it does, and what's its functionality. Great, so now you can add an explanation to every part in your program. Now let's explain the two types of tags. Each tag is or a block level tag or an inline level tag. Well, what is this mystery? So the block level tags begins and end with a return. In other words, begins on a new line, and when closed, the next tag will be on a new line. If you look closely at the p tag that we discussed, and if you put multiple p tags or a p tag with a heading of whatever level, then each one starts on a new line. In that way, you know that the p tag and headings are block level tags. Most HTML tags are block level tags that starts and end with a return, or in other words, enter on your keyboard. And by saying enter, this means that the block level tags takes the whole line. So even if you are writing 2 words, you are actually taking the whole line space. Take an example of the code that we had. Basically, we have the first h1 tag on a line and the second h2 tag on another line and the third p tag on a new line. And from that point, you can get the idea of a block level tag. The best way to describe an inline tag is by showing you a web page that contains a link inside the paragraph. This video is not about links, but I'm giving you the idea. Imagine you have this text over here and inside it a link. So logically, inside the p tag, you will add some tags to make this word a link. And by doing so, you are not interrupting the flow of the paragraph. And that is exactly the inline tag. The inline tag adds some functionality to any word or something without interrupting the flow of the text. So there's no return at the beginning and end of this tag. And by saying that, you can see that the inline tag only takes as much space as needed. No more and not less. Don't worry, we will cover the link part that I mentioned and it will make a lot more sense. Through this course, you will see a lot of block level and inline tags. Just remember that the inline doesn't start on a new line and takes as much width as necessary, on the contrary to the block level that does go back on a new line and take the whole line space. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more courses in the future. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn, and don't forget your coupon down in the description, and I'll see you next Friday. Goodbye.